When is next Darkmoon Fair?
This is the last week without it.
Sweet. One more fire toasted bun we're hanging on to.
Yes. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Cool. I'm bringing up my WordPad. Is there anything we want to say before the run that we want to write down?
Sexy man in the bottom left.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, Stomp's looking good. Okay. So I don't know if there's like a particular part that we want to clean up during this entire run, or if we want to change anything, or if we just want to try and do things faster, or what the deal is. I have not watched your clear last week. I know it was the fastest one we've done yet. So we're going to run it at 2 times speed, and if we need to stop, just let me know and I'll pause.
The funny part, I think the focus is after Scarum. Basically, that's I think where it's like the shittiest. Until not Hoo-Hoo, sorry. Sartura. So after Scarum to Sartura, I think is the most improvement is needed.
Okay.
There's a comment to make in this first set of trash. Those eradicators do no damage. So the healers should be conserving mana because there was some confusion in these first few pulls here. We can chain pull all the eradicators with nobody having mana.
Yeah, the only fear with the Eradicator is killing them fast enough. We definitely don't care about healer mana.
Yeah, I think they just thought you were gonna pull the Anubis. I think it's just miscommunication there.
Yeah, so but if healers want to just drink when they know we're pulling one, they can go ahead because it's not
Oh, okay.
it's not a problem.
Cool.
All right, I'll write that down.
Note for these ads, when we have 2 of them that have Thunderclap plus Thorns, melee should not be cleaving. They should be single targeting because they almost killed themselves last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thorns plus Thunderclap is no cleave.
Yeah, because you're getting hit by Thunderclap every however often, plus cleaving into Thorns, taking another 2k damage or whatever.
I had the Thunderclap mob, and I pulled him out, but I couldn't pull him out too far enough because I believe there's also a Shadow Bolt one here.
Shadow Storm.
So it was a tough position, but if there's no Shadow Storm and we have Thunderclap, the Thunderclap should be pulled all the way out of the raid.
And at the end of the day, they reset health, so it doesn't even matter pulling them out. We just need to not cleave.
So I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, Chu, and I'm just gonna say that if there's Thorns on Anubis Aths, there's no cleaving. Because as Tom says, they healed a full between deaths, so there's literally no point in cleaving outside of padding. And if there's Thorns, it doesn't matter what the other combinations are. You just shouldn't cleave.
It's a 50% heal, but yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind cleaving on stuff otherwise, but you're just killing yourself when you have Thorns and the healers can't keep up with.
Right. So let's just say Thorns, no cleaving. Which brings us to the boss, I think. Did we need to say anything about Xeno dying or?
How'd he die?
So it's my fault. I'm taking my time to get there. I'll move a few percentages faster.
You have like 7 seconds to go from boss to your corner. That's how fast we push it.
Also, when you're assigning melee to platforms, this is my first week as melee. Are the melee just sitting up on their platform, or are they moving to the platform after the split?
They're moving.
Okay.
You have time to move. You just need to pay attention.
Right. Okay, cool.
It's just the tanks need to be at their spots so they can pick up the boss.
Right, and Trunk knows that already, so I'm not going to write anything down. Any other notes here? I want people popping their arcane protection potions while buffing world buffs, not the day of the raid.
Or just use it when you get summoned.
Yeah, that too, or 2 days in advance.
Yeah, I usually just get into instance, insta pop it, then log.
Yeah. There's no reason not to pop it on Sunday.
I mean, the only consideration is if you get ganked and then you have to use another
So
one.
this is a good mob we're explaining. We don't even really have to mark it. Like, obviously, brainwash your skull.
Yeah, Zug. How was this at the bottom of the ramp? Was it a clusterfuck?
No, it wasn't that bad. Here, let me refresh my memory a little bit, but it wasn't something not great happened.
When you guys start summons, let me know. Over.
So, yeah, I don't know why we paused there. That wasn't that big of a deal. I think Moko thought he had to pull one out, so one got pulled into the group. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep them off to the side. But
Yeah.
yep, you can keep playing it.
Who's tanking the skull? Was it Terminator?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna fight him for that. And really, it shouldn't be a huge deal because they hit like a bitch. So.
Yeah, just as long as it's not casters.
Okay, so that's good. You were picking those up. They're off to the side. Everyone's going down. Is the melee going to be under the ledge or against the back wall?
Yeah, they should have been to the back wall. It was positioning was an issue, and then I think Moko accidentally grabbed one off me.
So is that what we want to do? We want to say against the back wall?
Yeah, it should all for now and always.
Trunk, you like that? Chutoy, back wall? Is that what we want?
Oh man, yeah, I didn't have any issues.
Chutoy?
Back wall is where we should always be.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
And just to continue with the same comments over, we can pull without marking. We can mark as we're fighting them and figure it out like mid-fight.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not as big an issue for us tanks as it is for DPS. That's why we need to get them up though at one point or another, because we had one of those guardians killed in group and pop early.
So Moko knows not to. He don't think he's here. Usually he doesn't.
No, he is.
Oh, he
He's
is.
here.
Cool. Moko, you know not to. Like, let's back up.
No, yeah, I got it. Don't grab that one. Grab the red ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we come down this ramp, we are not stopping for the pat. We're going all the way down, regardless of where the pat is. Stax is waiting for the pat, and then the DPS warriors are going to tank the first mind controller. So right here, this is perfect. Right here, this looks beautiful. Everyone just ignores the pat except for Stax, and he tanks him off into La La Land. Do you have a healer that knows to be with you? Do we need to assign someone, or are you
I'm
close
in
enough to the
healer
raid?
range. Yeah, I'm in healer range for sure.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
And to follow up with Stax's comment about knowing DPS knowing what to attack, they should know the kill orders by now. You know, it's always going to be, you know. So
Yeah.
they should know like what's the primary target. Like it's always going to be the big green guy. It's always going to be the second little red guy second, and then those guardians last.
Yeah.
Agreed. As you probably discovered Thursday, and as I said in Discord, I am totally relinquishing raid leading to Trunk and Stax. So if you guys want me to do something for you, I'm happy to do it, but I'm not going to say anything unless you ask me to speak. So this is y'all's show now. And if you want help, I'm happy to help. I just I don't want there to be any confusion of who's the raid leader and who's making the shots and calls and so on and so forth. So like I said, if you need help, let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to stay quiet.
I think we chain pulled here. Was that on purpose? No, they have two in the group.
And
These
that's-
have two. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's normal. I do plan on continuing to host the VoD reviews. So I don't want any one person to have too many responsibilities in the guild, and I feel like this is something that I can contribute. So I will talk a lot during tonight.
Awesome.
Once again, I mean those could have been marked and pulled probably 2 or 3, 4 or 5 seconds sooner.
Agreed. When hold on. Let me get to. So this is the first one after you guys got to the bottom of the stairs. I like him pulling when the first target dies and the second big target is like 75, 80% health. Are you guys comfortable with that? So like right here, I would say that the mobs should already be coming.
My
I'm
only
fine.
concern to that would be the new red pack from the new red ones from the new pack are going to add to the knockback. So then it's going to go from 3 knocking people back to 6 knocking people back.
Okay, that's fair. So when during this pack, it's got 3 red guys and 2 brainwashers. When do you want him to pull?
As the second one's dying, so that there would not be an additional knockback.
Okay, so when we're on the very last guardian.
As soon as, or as maybe like the second one's at 50%. So at most it's 1 knockback.
Yeah, I like that. And then, so he's not going to be able to see these health bars. You're going to have to be communicating that to him. Is that something that you're comfortable calling for him to do, or do you want me to use a macro? I can whisper him, or how would you want to communicate to Greg Slays?
We just need to tell him. I'll just say the words pull.
Okay.
It's just not something. Yeah, I didn't have that on my mind, but I will this week for this
Okay,
pack.
cool. So I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to write down what was just said. What are the red ones called? Guardians?
Yes.
Guardians and brown ones, the Warriors.
Do we want to do anything with the target dummies? I see a lot of people use them on these type of packs. It mitigates a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think that's more for pulling 2 or 3 packs at a time.
Yeah, I also think like if we have them, why not use them if you can afford the cooldown? Because every little bit helps the healers not have to heal as much, conserve mana. It's just like a little thing, probably doesn't matter too much right now.
Yeah, I would say if you want to bring it and use it, absolutely.
I'm bringing them for myself. I mean, it helps the ranged. If there's like a rogue mob, it's just an extra thing.
Yeah, I would say no one's going to discourage that. Bug Trio, did it go well? Anything we need to change? Did people stack on Yaj?
Well, just a comment before that.
Okay.
So I was calling pull for the boss when everybody was up here. Can there going to be a guild consensus of like, if there are some stragglers, you're a shit out of luck type of deal?
I am not concerned about stragglers. The only people I'm concerned about are the tanks, which are the raid leaders, and the healers, which you only have to talk to Neo. So if you get the okay from Neo, I don't give a fuck who. If there's 10 DPS back in the hall, they will get here eventually. Honestly, that's their fault.
So which bosses, if any, kick you out of the room or keep you out of the room on boss encounter?
AQ. Twin M's, and Cthulhu. Is that it?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if you're too slow on Fankers, all the mobs artificial door.
I don't even think Twin Imps does that.
Yeah,
No, someone got locked out. Yeah, Chutor got locked out.
Okay, so then it's just Twin Imps. If
people are way too far behind, they probably need to learn how to walk and drink. Because they're just sitting in the back drinking. That's probably why.
I mean, but Twin Imps, we usually have like a 30-second pause to regroup for Twin Imps anyway. Like, if you can't make it in the room,
what are you doing at that point?
Literally
retarded.
Well, yeah, Chu was probably master looting, which is fine. So I would say just Twin Imps, Trunk, to answer your question. Did that have a follow-up, or?
No, it was just because I didn't know, like, I feel bad if it fucks with people's parses,
I don't. No.
Parsing's irrelevant.
Let me make it very clear that I don't care about anyone's parse. The only number that I care about on Warcraft logs is our total clear time. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, if someone's chronically underperforming, we can look at that. But as far as I'm trying to orange parse, pink parse, you need to wait for me, my cooldowns, my mana, like, no, fuck you. I don't care. This is a 40-man guild. It's not about you, me, or him. It's about the team as a total. And
okay.
I want a faster clear time. So others may disagree with me. And if the officers want to spank me and tell me that this is not the mentality of our guild, then that's fine. But
you could also still 99 in a speed run. That should just be self-motivation, not to be a retard sitting behind like 100 yards, Like,
I'll spank you, daddy.
I was like, can we just stop at the first part?
Was there any other comments for Bug Trio? Did we stack appropriately?
Nope. I think it's just good. Just give me the 5% call on Skull, and I can mocking my target, and it works.
So you guys have had that locked down?
Yeah, it's been working well. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna let it.
Are we ever swapping the order here? Or are we just always going to do this one?
Not until all the warriors have their boots.
In my opinion, this is the safest order as well. If we're going,
it's the safest, and we still need gear. So, no, probably not until this is no longer speedrun content, which will be in about a month. So,
yeah.
Those shadow bolt crits.
Yeah, it's the safest, and yet one of them still tries to eat me.
Can you go back to the beginning of this? I missed it. I don't think people were stacking again.
Yeah, there's some really shitty stacking going on here.
I don't understand.
I mean, stacking
that
isn't a 30-yard radius.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's poor.
this fight's
Look
really.
at you. What do you say? You're yelling at us stacking. You're all the way in the back.
I mean, was that not a good stack? I'm confused.
There are a couple. Look
This-
at all the mages.
On the
Yeah,
outside,
I
on
would
the
go to the
outskirts.
actual replay.
Oh yeah, I take the guy that charges. It was better than most weeks, but it wasn't perfect. Because Vim should only move like maybe 5 yards at max, and that makes it easier for me to hold on to him.
What's that?
So, I also think if you go, I think it was good on the fear. So, Moko, do you have a fear break? Because I'm burning Death Wish as
Yeah.
I'm going in, so that I don't get hit by that first fear.
Mhm.
Are you doing the same, Stacks?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
can you go to, if you're watching the replay, this is the invalid log. I don't know if like some of those logos are fucked up. Because I saw Angry like literally outside of the zone on the replay.
Yeah, go back to my video. Look where Angry and Chu are. Rewind it like 20 seconds. Look at these mages right here. That's not stacked.
Stop moving the bosses so much.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Wait,
make a
wait,
note.
just go back one more time. Wait, just play the start one more time. Yeah, so the bosses didn't move at all. It was actually a really good tank stack.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time here. This doesn't really piss me off too much.
Yeah,
This
our
is okay.
bug trio is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I made a note to stack on Yaj's ass. I don't know. Is there any other notes here? Things that people.
Nah.
I will say that Vem almost got loose and killed somebody. Both, I need to be better about helping taunt. I think sometimes I feel bad. This is just a tank conversation where it's like it's somebody's responsibility to tank, so I don't hit the taunt button to rip off of them when the boss is loose or something's loose. So
If it's loose, taunt.
so I'm just gonna start taunting if I feel something's loose.
Absolutely.
Well, as a note that I just saw just right at the end right there, even after when the res ones die and we're just on Bim, if everyone keeps stacking, because when he charges,
Yeah, that
if
was
we're all
funny.
stacking, the melee will still be right on top of him, and I should speed us up a little bit.
Yeah, people stop stacking.
The melee will stack, but I can't ask my casters to stop casting and move all to the Zugs.
Yeah, I mean the melee could kind of drag them to the casters too.
That's fine. We'll just taunt. We'll just taunt him.
I have
I
a
mean, if
question on
something's
this
loose,
pack
taunt.
right here, or not this pack, but the 2 packs after this. Is it possible that we can pull them together, like not this pack right here, but the 2 packs after it?
The
We use
Pat.
the target dummies.
You're talking about the Pat and the one in the hall, or both the ones in the hall?
Both the ones in the hall.
That's when the target dummies really help. Like if we were to do that, we could probably do it with the help of that.
Because I know Welcome pulls all 3,
Yeah.
and like
I
if we
mean,
can start with 2, like
that
might be
is
a
the
little bit
speed running
easier.
meta. If we can get this, Pat, then I'm willing to try it if Chutoy gives it the okay. But it is we're gonna have to tank it down the hall, and the target dummies would be very, very helpful.
Yeah,
Well,
Mini
for-
got blapped here. I don't know if there's anything to talk about.
If we're gonna try any new strats, wouldn't this Tuesday be the time to
Yes.
do it? Because
Yes.
it's the week before DMF. So
This is the very last Dark Moon Fair.
yeah. So
Was it just a free guardian? Is that what happened with Mini?
No, he got blown up by all the little guys because he was just the one that got targeted. So just no melee should be in the middle of all of them because you might be the unlucky one.
Except the tank.
Yeah, I mean they can blow up your ass up probably too.
Really?
I mean, I'm
At the same
spamming.
time, I mean, I don't know how hard they hit, but
I got one shot as a
I-
bear.
I try to spam
Really?
demo shout. I don't know if that is helping.
I'm sure it would help grab one if we do it at the right time though, and they all die at the same time. It is a little bit of a crap.
Or at least to
gets
help
destroyed.
them
Yeah,
not
for
hit
sure.
as
One
hard.
demo shout might be all it takes to save someone.
Did you get a clicker over there, Kim?
Um,
Talking about demo or challenging?
I pop demo to make them hit a
Runeseer.
little
but
softer.
we still need one more Grundle. It's just helping for the time being. I'm bringing the mage over to booty.
It doesn't look that bad watching it, but I guess it's just a tank going after the loose ones. So
Do we
made
do we
it
have an
seem
open
sketchy.
DM at the moment?
Tor's here. We're good.
Yeah.
Wait, so I can
Mage
log
is
in to
some-
get a click to get a summon?
It's a DM,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a DM. All right, I'm logging in.
I flew down, just saying.
So,
Yeah, we didn't have
Have some
anybody else
buffs right now.
clicking.
do
Everyone
we
was
want
running through.
to? I'm on my warrior this week. I can challenging shout lip one of those warrior packs. Would that be helpful?
Warrior packs? Yeah.
I would love
Maybe.
to try new shit on these packs because like it seems like these pulls right before Balagard are super important to like save a bunch of time. Same with the ads right after Hoo Hoo.
Yeah, Richie just want to get tossed later on and die
I
from
think
it.
I could do a lot better on the ads after Hoo Hoo round too.
I think we can be more ballsy. Like I see people pull like multiple
3
packs
packs.
so early, like they just keep going whenever they can.
I don't know. 3 packs might be a little bit much, but I
2
can
packs
see like
I
2
think
packs.
is like what we should do, but we can get there, I guess.
So if we do pull 2 tanks, not 2 tanks, 2 mobs, what's the expectation for like, is that when the backup tanks grab an ad, or?
I can try to help out with the master target dummies.
Can we? I know you guys don't like planning lip cooldowns for warriors, but I really think challenging shout lip is just super fucking strong.
It's amazing.
Especially if we're gonna have 12 ads like that.
But then the moment I get tossed up and I die, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care to go first. Like, I mean, if we could get maybe one other warrior, that's 12 seconds of all the ads in one place.
I get that. Lip has saved my life so many fucking times, though, even though I stand in the right spot. So,
What's the requirement for target dummy?
Engineering, I think.
But is it a specific version? Is it a specific
No, I think
level?
it's just NG 260, 270, something like
There's
that.
like multiple types. It has to be the masterwork, which I believe is 260.
275.
Yeah, but it doesn't require Goblin or
No,
whatever
it
the other
doesn't.
one is.
No.
You can get handed them. If a goblin made, whoever made them, as long as you're 275.
I mean, with this many NGs for Visk, do we have
I'll
the
bring
numbers
some.
here?
I'll bring some. I got a bag spot. Do they stack in 10, I hope?
I thought
I
you meant
think they
challenging
only stack
shout.
in 5.
No,
I
they
thought you
stack.
meant
They stack.
challenging shout lip for the warriors, not the
Oh yeah, I just
guardians.
looked it up. They stack in 10. Oh my god, those mats are annoying. Mithril casing, thorium tube, thorium widget, true silver bar. Oh Jesus. The recipe is sold in Winter Spring from the vendor.
Kia.
So the plan would be drop them on the tanks so they knock them instead of us. Is that like the idea?
Yeah, I think we're just piling them all on top of one another where we're standing.
I mean, that probably is another reason, but I know, like, one of the main reasons just to mitigate damage when you have that many mobs. Like, if they keep bouncing around to just random target dummies, it mitigates a ton of damage. I guarantee if, like, we do it correctly, like, you'll see execution parse just get fucking boosted overall. Which will ultimately help.
And we would all just drop them up in that cubby.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll be like rewatching a couple of those like speed runs where they use it. I know they use a shit ton because they actually will pull that, I think, middle room to the room outside of Bug Trio. I've seen that done once.
Well,
But that's like
a
we
weird
should
hunter
do.
rule.
I don't think we should do that.
If we're gonna do a double pack in this hallway, we're gonna have to run down halfway through the hallway to get them both.
That's what they do. So when you stack all those and you keep like popping those dummies or like doing the challenging shout lip, you have all your mages able to just free cast flame strike. You'll do 6 to 7k DPS per mage, and like they die so fast.
Greg.
Yeah, should I log in?
I don't know if there's space, but Hungry's here to click.
We got summons up to Booty Bay now too.
But the thing is, like, the strat is risky, but, if we're going to test it out, might as well be this Tuesday if we do want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an easy couple minutes off. I'm trying to find a YouTube video.
There's probably going to be some deaths there too, maybe on our first attempt.
Maybe look up, I know if you look up, this is, I think, a 37-minute run, but Whooshy from Who It's a mage. It's his point of view. Maybe like fast forward. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we can skip this part and come back to it. Why don't we just do that? So we're going to come back to this poll. This will be like our major strategy change. How did
Arminator gets sent to bumfuck Egypt here?
Yeah, I don't want to. PTSD this is the second week in a row, I think. Prepare yourself. You're gonna see a flying Tauren.
From last week to this past week, Stacks and I, we got thrown from the from Satura, and we decided to pull her out this week, and we had a lot better success keeping her in a good position. So we are going to continue to pull her outside the pack of 4. So she's not going to be able to be cleaved as much, but it makes our jobs way easier.
By the way, I just linked you, Shadow. I linked you the video of their 37-minute run. I started the timestamp of when they like run down the ramp towards Bug Trio, but like I heard them immediately on the first Warrior pack call for like 1 target dummy. So
just 1.
Because once all those pop, if you put down a target dummy, every single bug will auto target it, and it'll give you a global cooldown just to nuke them.
Oh shit.
And then they use more later on, like they have, I think, certain people assigned. We probably won't be on that level, but like it's just interesting if you watch that just to see how they path. I think that it would be helpful to look.
I mean, in my mind, those are the scariest for me, especially when they go into healer or range and I have to run out there and I get knocked.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna go back and review that after the end.
Yeah, no, I don't mean look at it now.
But yeah, thank you for sending that to me. So from what Tronk was saying, you guys are gonna tank Sartura outside of the melee pack, and
yeah,
I'm totally fine with that.
Wow, holy shit! This video is actually amazing. In the top left, they have like a mini box with the hunter's point of view. Wow, this is actually really good.
Did the rogues do better? I see the rogues are ahead of the raid. The VoD review I last attended 2 weeks ago, we said that the melee were going to be coming in first and the rogues would be behind us so they don't get kicked out of stealth. Is that what we still want to do, or are we sending the rogues in and wishing them luck?
Is there a rogue who can speak on it? I think it went fine.
Yeah, it went seemingly fine this week. Something was still loose this week though. Triangle.
What's up?
Triangle, not trunk.
So you don't want the Zugs to lead the way, and you guys come in on our heels?
The rogue should always be ahead of the raid. Like the raid should be on the rogue's heels, because that way when the ads and boss eventually like pick us up from stealth, like you guys will be right behind us, and that way we don't get clapped immediately.
But okay, so you guys want to be the first in though?
It's a failsafe, but yeah.
How much space do you need?
Not much at all.
Okay, on your heels. Got it.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you guys should be like right behind us because we're sprinting in and the Chiefs gotta land, and if something goes wrong, a tank's gotta be there to save him.
Okay. Cool. So tanks are pulling Sartura out. Melee are running in on the rogue's heels. We're cleaving, sappering. Sappers will probably be on cooldown.
Lots of booping happening still. Like, we should be like killing ads at the end of Kidney Shot, like ideally.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got more warriors now, so maybe that'll help. Maybe it won't.
If things get stunned, I guarantee everything will die if it's together.
I just want to point out, whoever was on X this week, we actually killed it before Stunlock ended, so just thank you.
Should we call for lips? Like, I mean, I know that we're supposed to call for a lip if something breaks early or something goes wrong, but I've never heard a lip call made on that fight.
I mean, it's kind of like we really don't want to use lip because, like, in a fight like this, like lip's like our main damaging window. Like, we're using like an evasion in combination with lip to get like any sort of damage off on this fight.
Wait, so if we are gonna
For
lip,
rogues, strictly. Sorry.
well, I was thinking like for those packs that we were talking about, maybe double pulling. If you're lipping on that pack, like, can you
That's
really
true.
lip on
No.
Sartura?
No, you cannot.
Yeah, no, you cannot.
Okay. All right, you're right. So we just need to trust the rogues. Can do. This hallway is a joke. We're not going to use any speed items. I just don't think everyone's sweaty enough for that.
What about like everybody getting like a mount set with like a carrot on a stick,
Right here.
mithril spurs?
Right here, do we want to try pulling
Six steps ahead of
Scorpions?
you.
I have it already too, but I don't know. Definitely not everybody uses it.
No, I'm sure.
You can't run down the hall on your mount. So, I mean, yes, it would help some, but we can't require everyone 2 days before to have it.
Do we want to try pulling Fank with the Scorpions this time? Or Scorpions into Fank?
Did we kill Fankers before the worm spawned last week?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how would we get the Scorpions? We've got to send a hunter to get it?
Yeah, we have to send a hunter.
So at this point, Greg would mount up and run directly towards the Scorpions and pull them in. When you're doing that strat, if like I was watching a couple speed runs or runs that were closer to our time, and we'll probably get the worm doing that, but it shouldn't matter. It'll save a bunch of time anyway.
I don't know if it's a bunch of. I don't know if that's a big time saver.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's a bunch of time, but it's probably some time.
It is. It's like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I guess it's. I mean, yeah.
In this context,
In the
it's
grand
a lot.
scheme of things, yeah. In the grand scheme of things, it is a lot of time.
And I don't think there's a reason not to. So like,
I mean, we literally just cleave them down. Like,
You
do
just
they-
cleave
do
them
they
down,
get hard?
yes, yeah.
Do they get hard at all, like in any aspect?
So for this week,
The Scorpions.
Yeah, they're not like they're tankable by melee for sure.
So if like things get hairy, like you can have someone tone off you.
You're definitely not gonna get one shotted.
Yeah.
Their poison can hurt.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm fishing for. Shit like that.
All right, so which tank is going to tank them?
I would like to
John's
do this
taking
week.
both, right?
Yeah, I want to tank as much as I can this week.
Well, Mocha, if Big Stacks wants to DPS, well, I don't know. Mocha will take some of them.
Oh yeah, I like DPSing this fight.
I will get some.
If we pick up the extra trash pack, is Stacks going to be able to DPS, or are we going to need his tank? 'Cause I ignore the ads that spawn here, and they just.
The only real damage they do is the poison, right? So Moko could hold both of them, I think.
And he can tank them on the boss where they're getting cleaved.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Scorpions actually hit really hard.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I was
also
kind of
spawn
confused about too.
Scorpions too.
I can throw on more armor. Especially if they're just getting clean, not main targeted by warlocks, and I should be able to hold them easily.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to hold them and pick up the ads that spawn?
I don't.
Are the ads that
can't really
spawn?
add the ads spawning before the boss dies.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might get one spawn.
All right, I'm okay to try it.
And it just call a challenging shout, and then I'll make sure to taunt off of it.
Greg, if you don't want to pull those and you're trying to parse or whatever, I'll just have you and Slayjoy roll for it, and the loser is going to pull that Scorpion pack.
I'll pull it. It doesn't matter. I'll pull it.
Okay. All right. So Greg is going to pull the Scorpions. I will write that down.
but I think it should be called like if we get fucked and like Greg's stuck in combat and can't mount, we probably shouldn't even try.
I agree.
Moko, I mean, I could Fairy Fire and sprint back.
I can just send my pet in, maybe. I don't know if that's.
I mean, I think if you can't do a mount pull, like it's not even worth it at that point. Honestly, like you guys said before, I mean, this isn't like a huge time saver. It helps, but like if we don't think we can do it efficiently, might as well just not do it.
I mean, the only way to figure out is to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week I'm down for anything.
Yeah, we should get as experimental
Pull it as best
within
you can.
reason.
If you can get it on a mount, cool. If you want to get it with your pet, that's fine too. Just get it onto.
As soon as Smackers gets engaged, you'll drop your mount anyway.
You're gonna need a shaman to follow him to make sure you can cleanse
Yeah,
the poisons.
yeah. Also,
Moko,
like
I mean, Moko will follow him since I'm gonna be tanking it, and I'll put abolish poison on him.
I forgot if I said this too, but I also see when they do that strat, they'll drag Fank closer to the Scorpions, so like they'll meet each other faster, if that makes sense. But then, you know, it gets annoying for the range, but like, you know, it is what it is.
Range should just mount up and run straight to the right.
Yeah.
When I was like, I saw like the mages, they'll just stack on the ass initially, keep casting, then they'll use blink.
So if we do pull them, I'll just backpedal in that direction with Fankers.
Basically, yeah.
That works.
Okay, we'll give that a shot. It's not Dark Moon Fair week, so we may as well try and make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's not try to make mistakes, but
well, yeah, sure.
let's iron out the mistakes.
Vicidus, it's going pretty well for months now.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. Are there any sides that are like consistently not like getting coverage? Like, do we need like room assignments for blobs like during Dark Moon Fair week? Do we not
What would it take to one phase it?
Yeah,
you can't. Like we're killing it as quickly as you can. You always have to go through one explosion. You always have to shatter him
You gotta
after.
shatter him twice.
Yeah.
There's shatter
There's
twice.
no doing it once.
So
yeah.
we can't do it in
we
any
kill
fewer.
blobs, we shatter once more. That's the fastest it can be.
If you have more frost attacks on it, you can do it faster.
Yeah, the only thing that would
Yeah,
speed it
that's
up
what
is
speeds it
getting to shatter quicker.
Okay, so cold basilisk guys, Hodge. More melee could have those.
Somebody was Kamak was saying that you can't hamstring spam this week, so maybe just communicating that to the warriors that you just need to be queuing heroic strikes, so you're not
We should see
missing.
defensive stance too.
It doesn't work?
It doesn't proc the your frost oil, or like I don't know if it procs the actual chance on hit on the weapon itself either. You just
Oh,
twist
that
heroic
sucks.
strike spam.
Yeah,
It
so
does.
let just put out an at everyone later in the warrior channel so we can disseminate that.
Okay.
This first Scorpion pack is going to be dead. We're going to save hours of time. It's going to be glorious. We'll move to the second pack.
We're gonna do AQ in negative time.
Oh, we're gonna
It's
actually
gonna be
pull,
over before we begin.
We're gonna pull 4 Scorpions. Actually, we need that pack too. We're gonna pull that pack into Vis.
Are you trolling?
No, I mean we're really gonna pull it into Vis. Oh, and this pack.
Yeah, so one pack, Greg.
Yeah, I got it.
Imagine like 2 zeros around. You see Greg charging the second one too. That would feel so bad.
Like his rewind of the BWL.
This trash has been going pretty well for us. I don't know what the 30-minute guilds are doing. I really have no
They're
idea.
just pulling more than one pack on purpose.
Okay.
Like basically at this point they would be getting the next pack.
Yeah, I so back in my day, 2 weeks ago, I liked calling for the next pack as soon as the very first mob died. The first lasher or the first skull, as soon as it's down, I want the next pack coming.
I think that's a good indication.
That's really the only dangerous one.
I think we can be
Yeah,
less
yeah,
scared
that
of these
first mob that
packs.
we're killing. Yeah, once
It's
it's
so
dead.
nice having Sack still for this.
Yeah, or you could use elixirs of poison resistance or whatever. And
I see a lot of them use sappers at this point if they have like any off cooldown or a dense dynamite.
So Trunk, this pacing is all on you. I don't know where you called it last week. Obviously it was faster, but when the first mob died, I was comfortable asking for the next.
Yeah, that's roughly what we did. I think we got a double pull on accident here, but we worked it out.
With challenging shout and shield.
and just careful of the knockbacks. I think last week people got knocked back into the room.
You gotta make sure you get knocked where you came from, not where we're going. Should everyone be moving up here? It looks like a lot of people are cheating up. Some people are cheating back.
Yeah, I think this is the pack that I think we got kicked on, maybe, for cheating up too far.
Okay. So yeah, that last pack, yeah, we should definitely all be cheating up there, getting ready to mount up and go straight into who you're on.
So like this is what I'm talking about, where like, you know, some people were mounted, some people were walking, so we took a few seconds here to regroup before the pull.
Yeah,
But we
I
can
think
just
on the way you're asking Neo, hey, am I good to pull when I get there? And then if the DPS isn't there, fuck them. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, if the tanks are happy and Neo's happy, we're good.
We
No
got,
changes. We're doing what? No nature resistance, no changes. There should be more room and range now because we're Zug heavy.
Zug heavy.
Range should be spreading out.
And yet, as you see in this video,
How's the spread? Not good? I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
as soon as I get PI, I get fucking silenced. Oh, no.
Oh, tears.
I fucked up too. I fell asleep.
Got the keyboard? I'm just kidding.
I'm going to bribe all the.
At a time like this?
All right, how was the haul from hell? How did it go?
It was good.
Yeah,
It went really well. We got really lucky though on our combinations. I think
They were all Shadow Storm Plague.
So one thing I started noticing happening this week was when we get Meteor, rogues cannot be like cheating for backstab because we had a couple Meteors that were just on the rogues and it almost killed us. So we need to identify the Meteor pack and like rogues.
How do we feel about looking at each one of these mobs, and maybe for the ones after Twin Emps as well, and like seeing on average how much mana the healers use each one to like see what we're comfortable pulling on?
I think
like
that's
say
fine.
like each one of these Anubis take like 25% healer mana.
Right.
So if we're at 40%, we're okay.
Thunderclap takes more mana.
Plague,
Okay.
maybe.
The danger in that kind of mentality and something that we run into with that weak aura is just because overall healer mana is at 40%, that doesn't mean every healer has 40%. There's times when it gets called that we have 60% mana, and I'm personally sitting on less than 10% mana. And then like I don't even have enough. I have like barely enough mana to drop 2 totems and do 1 chain heal, and then my pot and my rune are already on CD. So I'm not a giant fan of that mentality.
For some of that, if Neo or Unwin, if you guys would like to take control of Oko's Innervate, because sometimes it's up and I don't 100% have it being used all the time. I'm not the best at using it, except unless it's during a fight where we need it. I'm not really using it for like trash pulls. So if you guys want to take control of that and just whisper me or set up a macro to innervate someone, I'm ready to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll significantly help.
Yeah, if is Neo in this channel?
I think so.
I've been spamming Greater Hero with my tier 2 8 of 8 too, so I've been conserving a lot of mana.
Yeah, Neo's not here right now. Grundle, I think that's an excellent idea. We just need to pull Neo on board because he is the only healer that will be in comms on raid night. So if Neo's happy, I'm happy. It is a good idea though. Were we calling hands as they're running to the?
Yeah, I thought that went well this week.
Okay, and is that a raid-wide effort, or is that just on Tronk, or how do you want to handle that?
We have like 10 people yelling.
Yeah, we had.
Is that too much?
No, it was fun. I think Nori was yelling hands, which she was good at, so I'd like it to stay that way.
it was rad. Yeah, it wasn't. It was not hectic.
Okay, good. So
It
no
wasn't like-
changes
we got shit luck though. Holy fuck. We got like Plague, Thunderclap,
Plague,
Plague,
Shadowform.
Shadowbolt on like
Really,
everything.
A lot of Plague Shadowbolt. Not fun.
I saw Boomkin one-shot himself.
Greg, this is scary, brother. This worries me here.
Let me see.
Take a meteor, you are a dead man.
I've said out here like every single time we've done this instance.
He's got a 1 in 40. Or
All
one,
right, that's
yeah,
fair.
1 in 40. So-
Yeah, should I pull up the GIF of Bosch last week?
That was amazing.
Do you want to plan our movements in this hallway, Trunk, or do we just want to play it by ear, or what do you want to?
I think we did it right.
You did
Like
one
here,
move.
Ix moves too far away. When it's Plague and Shadowbolt, if you run too far away, you will die. Like Ix got Plague, ran too far away, ate a Shadowbolt, and Plague died.
Yeah, Ix was doing really well for a bench player, but he was never part of a VoD review or.
Yeah, I'm
too
just using it to
concerned with stats.
illustrate for everybody in case you're not familiar at this point. If you get Plague and it's Shadowbolt, you still have to be within the
Yeah, you
safe
still have to be
radius.
relatively close. Yeah.
and not too far from the healers.
So yeah, I would say we had some wasted time here because of the pathing of this one Anubiseth, but that's the only like time that was wasted in this hallway. Everything else was very fast.
Is that too far, Grundle? Yeah, scoot in just a little bit. That was good. The flying V formation.
Thanks.
How did you guys want to handle people with plague pulling the next Anubiseth? Was that a problem?
I think they just walked up with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to wait though, just in case it's a meteor and they get one shot.
I believe we did wait.
That's the biggest risk of pulling before meteor.
Yeah, we waited.
Plague's over.
If it's 1 or 2 people with plague, I think they should just stack in the raid and we should go. Can't be that much damage, is it?
Yeah.
It's 1,000 a tick, so if you're stacked on 20 people, that's 20,000 damage.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
it's coming a lot.
Bad idea. Okay, so we wait on plagues to go away. That's what I'm hearing.
We summon the imp in the hallway.
Is that what are the 30-minute guilds doing? How are they handling plagues pulling Anubiseths?
Flask of purification.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we're not doing that.
I was gonna say, can't wait to hear your response on that.
I feel like we have like Twin Imps is probably our worst boss that we have.
So we need like a real bug plan, because like what I feel I see other
this week too, like over on the melee side.
Warriors can't be lazy. They need to be the ones picking the ads up.
So before the pull here, I don't know if we can speed that up, if that was a good pace, because it was about a minute and a half of prep.
Probably can get it down to like 30 seconds.
What were we waiting on? Mana?
Also, I think wasn't it someone's first time tanking them?
Swag rolls for us. He used to do it for us in Old Man.
Oh, okay, cool.
But there was some clarification going on.
When we run into the group on our mounts, we should go to our spots instead of like those stairs when you first enter.
Other comments?
I don't know if you get my angle, Grundle, but I got meleeed and Arcane Explosion twice. I was not in range, or I don't know why it happened to me this time. It didn't cause a wipe or any issue, but our side got a little hairy there.
I don't think we'll see anything close enough from my half of the room. But Stax didn't get Arcane Explosion this week, so that's a success.
Couldn't have done it without you.
We definitely would need a warrior making a call if we're staying or not
Yeah,
for
but
the melee.
somebody pulled early. Like somebody pulled at like 1.5 seconds. Like you can see him start running across the room. So I'm not sure what that was.
This was this last week's one? Because
On this call?
Yeah, this one. Like what? Rich, just play it like full speed.
1%,
And like
okay.
you put out a pull timer, and then like Searing Pain's a 2.5 cast, so I just started at 1.5 and then I pull on 0. And this week he just starts sprinting across the room, like, hey, what's going on? I don't know. It's not a huge...
That is likely me, just going prematurely.
It's better than
Happens to
that
a lot of
you
guys,
do
don't worry about
than the caster go prematurely, to be honest, though.
Yeah,
That was
watching it
pretty close.
again, not a big deal. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
How dare you.
One of the things I have a question on is I always see exposed armor fall off of the boss. Is it gonna happen just because of the transitions, or is it just we're not paying attention to exposed armor?
Twin Imps is a tough one to get exposed on because he has to like rebuild combo points if he decides to help with bugs.
Then should we just call to keep senders up? Just everyone senders when you get over there and not worry with the expose?
I think
For
this
sure.
would be a
But
pause.
Girth shouldn't
would
have
agree.
to. Girth should not swap to bugs either.
But as I said, Ghost just shouldn't be swapping to bugs.
He should just be the one exception melee that just doesn't have to ever touch them.
So you want to
Yeah.
keep exposed armor, but Girth doesn't touch bugs.
Yes.
Yeah, because it keeps falling off about halfway through the fight.
Yeah. we're gonna have
because I know we talked about this last time, but his comment was nobody was stopping to kill bugs, so he had to.
Yeah. So like like something with the bugs, like something I see a lot is like, they'll right at the start they'll group a shit ton of them up and they'll just blow sappers right at the start. That's something we're interested in doing.
Or like
No.
before you pull, you just clear the area real quick so you guys can get
I
it.
don't think you can do it before. Yeah, I don't think you can do it before.
No. If it's okay with you, Tronk and Stacks, I would like to make raid calls between the Twin M's to stop and kill bugs, because I will be zugging this week.
For
No.
sure.
You should Warriors should be dragging these bugs to the boss, and you guys just cleave them. Like it hasn't happened a single time yet.
That's fine. So I'm gonna try and be vocal to make sure it does happen this week.
Okay. Can we also decide at what point should melee be staying in, hoping that the teleport doesn't happen on time to try and get the kill? Because I do believe, because Cam did die because I just let up for the teleport. But if all the melee stayed in, the boss would have died.
Let's go on Cam.
20%.
Just listen to Cam's call. Everyone goes. Boom. No one
He
gets
was
off
like,
the boss.
I don't know what percent. He was like entering execute phase. He was like a little above, like a couple percent above it, and everyone started running like relatively early, and I just sat there and teed off on him, executing him, like with everything rolling. I was no way I was gonna walk away from him. I can't believe everybody else was willing to.
He's at 25% now, and we have 17 seconds on teleport. Like, you're not going to kill
You
that.
could.
We have
a lot of fucking warriors,
we got
bro.
really close.
Was the only one that sat over there, other than Trunk.
10%, it's 0 seconds, so you're hoping for 15 seconds late on teleport.
How many how many melee moved though? 15. That's not that, like 10% damage with 15 people smacking on him for 10 seconds, or 10% of his health. I feel like we would have killed him. It would have been so small of health left if we didn't kill him. He would have died like the moment he TP'd.
So you're saying Trunk should have executed with you?
Everyone should have.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, it's just the point being, though, that I believe I'm in agreement with Cam here that even if the melee stayed in and it didn't kill him, the timed gain from staying in and then having the casters kill on the other side is probably
I got to
better.
do every bit of my damage. Like I died in the last swing that he did, just about. I only missed a little bit of damage.
So can I want to make a suggestion here. I would say exactly what Tronk is getting at. Let's have the casters go ahead and make the change across the room so that there's no rolling ignites or hunter aimed shots. The worst case scenario is pulling aggro on the caster and having them run across the room and heal. But I don't see any downside to having the Zugs just stay on target and until they leave. Like, not even calling them off ever. Just stay there until the TP happens. Sure, you're going to take a knockback, but at that point I don't think we really care.
If you're a caster and you happen to do pull aggro, you can pop a Sheen, like one of those Zanzas, and I think it drops it.
So I guess, to make the call then, to make it easier for the Zugs then, if it is an execute range, stay until the teleport and just spam your execute.
Yeah, I think that makes it easy.
Yes, I agree with that. The casters need to switch as regular like they've been doing the whole fight. Zugs stay until the bitter end.
I feel like I would have no chance. I would have stayed if I didn't think we were going to kill him, so I feel like it's definitely kind of a better judgment call.
Wait, does the spell reflect Zanza potion work on Cthulhu I-beams?
Stay on
That would be awesome.
I mean, not even like reflecting them, but just like it eats one.
It. I don't know.
Like if everybody pops one before the fight, like everybody gets a free one.
It's a 3%.
But it always reflects the
blocks.
first thing you hit with. So if everybody drinks a Zanza potion right before we walk in the room, everybody gets the first one free.
So then you get it chained 40 times and it hits Cthulhu for 4 million damage?
Well, no, it's not going to hit Cthulhu. It's not going to reflect, but it would like absorb it. I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know if anybody had tried it.
It doesn't usually work on bosses stuff.
Yeah, I feel like somebody would have tried this already.
We would have known about it.
To the
for
Google.
sure.
Go Google and come back and report. One other thing on Twin Imps. I don't see the problem on bugs here because I want to try and police that this week since the tanks will be tanking.
I mean, if you look at the end of this fight, I have 2 large scorpions killing me. So I don't know if that constitutes.
Just watch the middle of the room. You'll see bugs coming. Like there's so many this time. Or this, I'm saying this raid, there was a lot.
Yeah.
So here I see you
it
put a
doesn't
corruption
work.
on one. Is that because it's on a healer?
Yeah, it's eating the shaman.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then he also makes it the giant big angry bug. And then
Look at all those coming through the middle right there.
so if the boss wouldn't have died right there, I would have been in some deep shit.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to rewind and see this so I know what we're policing.
Tori, if you tell me how much you're fucking healing for this week, I'm muting you.
Yeah, I didn't want to make that comment, but it does clog up my my chat window.
Click comes.
Healing big time.
How are these bugs getting pulled? Just cleaves?
Cleaves, shouts, anything.
So like, I don't see any hostile bugs. Maybe I'm blind.
Last week we seemed to be having a problem with like one bug getting grabbed, but then it would run across the room at a healer healing on the other side.
So here's one bug that I see.
And they were chaining.
And Grundle kills it. That's good.
I think I helped.
So
kill
right
that
at TP. Let's get a better camera angle.
What happened there? How did he run? Why did he run across? Somebody had threat. He was running.
I'm not sure what, because Repo hit it like really quickly, which I don't understand how. I don't know, but I mean, I got it right back. It doesn't matter. Like where he wasn't a problem.
Do we see any bugs here that need to be? Like I see one that gets dragged across.
There was a lot of chatter and comms about it, but I didn't really, from my point of view, and of course I'm watching raid frames more than anything else, I didn't feel like I ever had like a shit ton of bugs on me, but there was a lot of chatter about the melee bitching at each other about how many bugs there were. But that, we're looking at it from Grundle's POV, so maybe we're not seeing everything that was happening throughout the fight.
Yeah, I do see. So I see a bunch of bugs being dragged over here to the melee. That's good, right? It seems like what's happening.
I bitched about it at one point during this fight because there's like 10 sitting on healers.
So here comes 3 back across the room. Okay, and that came from the melee stack. Yeah.
Right
It doesn't matter at all if they're aggroed on melee, but as soon as there's a couple on the healers, that changes everything.
Right.
Definitely.
So
Oko did taunt those away.
A whirlwind
so-
only hits 4 though, if there is quite a bunch of them. But yeah, if every warrior is whirlwinding on the way by, they shouldn't. There's no chance they're going to be on the healers. I hit them all the time. Just if I'm confident I'll be able to hold on to it, it's close enough. You might get an enrage proc. There's a few reasons to at least have them hit you for a little. They don't hurt anyway.
Bugs die. So we don't want to say bugs die before boss damage. We just want to try and be tab cleaving, like whirlwinding. I mean, I can't imagine that 10 warriors can't whirlwind.
New plan:
bugs.
healer stack on the boss.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I said I was going to try and police this, but I honestly don't know how to help.
Whirlwinding to grab ads.
Usually you guys are asking us not to, though, is the thing. You're like, don't AoE. But if you give all the warriors permission to AoE, I guarantee you there won't be any fucking bugs to be.
Yeah.
If you AoE, we're gonna pull bugs. If you don't AoE, we're not gonna kill the bugs.
So we'll just call for whirlwinds when we start seeing bugs. I mean, that's.
Sure. I mean, if
we'll
we're
just end up clearing a line
if
of them,
we're
is what'll
always
happen.
if we're always just getting the bugs anyway, just fucking hit your bugs.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, we
when-
need to click Booty Bay.
Have we published the tanking schedule for post Twin Imps?
Is it a different one?
I assume it's the same. I don't know. Is anyone struggling? If someone's struggling, I want their spot to tank.
I was I think I was with the new guy last week, right? He did fine.
Bovino?
Yeah, he did fine.
All right, cool. And then were you calling for sappers on these scarabs? Or is that
Somebody
something
did.
you can see?
It was me.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of dangerous for casters to go in there in case they get silenced.
I'm the dead person. I'm not going for
marks.
sappers.
Pre-marking for these are pretty important. Who do we want marking other than Greg?
I want the warriors that are going to tank.
I was gonna say I have my triangle bound. Well, I have them all bound, but I have my triangle bound so that I can pick mine real quick.
How do you know which one to? If it's 4 slayers, how do you know who's getting which slayer? You're gonna have people marking over each other.
Yeah, you definitely could potentially
make a
have
priority
some
of marks. So like skull is the most important mark. If you see a skull on a target, you don't put your mark over that. Or if you're fighting for it and you see that you're fighting with skull, then you need to back off and go to a different one. If you're skull and someone takes your mark off, fuck that person, put your mark back on, and just know that you win that mob, and they're gonna go somewhere else.
To be honest, I could probably get skull up there before, way before. I'm used to marking almost all of them before, so.
Right, and
So I think what you're trying to ask is like when we're pulling these mobs, how do you mark which one's which? Just go like left side, bottom left. Slayer is always going to be skull. Top left is going to be X, and then square and whatever the right
in the
side.
back. Oh, right side. Okay.
That's gonna get all flipped around.
I was gonna say you'd have to mark prior to the pull.
There's no way
they'll be
that's gonna
trucking
work.
at us.
I would rather it be a priority system. Whoever
I can mark as many as I can, but I'm not gonna stop my pull to try and mark them.
No, we don't want you to.
Kinda hard.
We don't want you to stop.
I think we'll be okay.
Greg, you have your marks keybound?
Yes.
No.
You can like I have my marks keybound to like F5 through F10 or whatever. Like you can just click through things.
What about the wheel add-on? That's good for marking quick.
Can't you just have
Numpad
it?
is pretty good too.
Yeah, I need to mark them. That's definitely a thing I should do like right now.
Yeah, you can just like tab, click, tab, click, tab, click.
If you can, great. If not, like don't let it slow down or change your pulling. But I feel very strongly that if you're a warrior assigned to picking up an ad and it's not marked, you need to mark it. And if you're not the priority mark, then you need to find the very last ad that's unmarked.
Who's the priority triangle or circle?
Circle. It should be skull, X, circle, triangle.
Okay.
And we can have a mini warrior meeting with the Zugs before raid to go over that again.
We really need to, yeah.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. But everyone in the raid has assists, so we'll make sure that happens. Any other notes for this haul? I think it's 3 packs on the stairs. I don't quite remember.
I mean, just based off of the best clear time on the screen, it has taken us 22 minutes from this point to the end. I don't know what the other guilds in our time frame are doing. I don't know if this is slow or fast comparatively.
The best guilds in the world are probably doing it in 15 minutes, so.
I mean, are they skipping some of the packs too?
Yes. Yeah. So I think we're doing it about as well as we can. I would agree with the sentiment that a majority of our improvements need to be made between Bug Trio and Twin Imps. Cleaving looks better this week.
It'll be better next.
Yeah, we got lots of Zugs. I am going to be, as a melee, I'm going to be popping sappers on cooldown in here.
Are
I'm
the
pretty
warriors
sure I
popping
do.
recklessness on any boss? Is that Sectura?
Sectura.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, 22 minutes for this hallway feels pretty good. I don't know.
We aren't fast enough to where we don't have it up by Cthulhu, so we get 2.
Okay, like that pull took exactly 40% healer mana. I don't know if that's representative. That's just the first one I paid attention to.
I couldn't say. I don't fuck with healers. All I ever do is piss them off, so I would just go to Neo.
Like this one, we're at 85, 87. 87 was the highest we got, and we'll see where we end.
The way that the Zugs are moving the Adson to cleave is beautiful. I'm so happy that y'all have that figured out.
I'd love to take credit, but Stomps has been really fucking good with Circle.
So that one took 37%.
So around 40 sounds right to me. It's good to keep in mind. But again, I think Neo will make
We're at 74 peak.
If people are drinking while walking, you can get an easy 15-20% from that. And then we also have this Halloween candy that will give you 3% mana really quick.
Could probably save that for
speed runs.
Yeah.
Darkman Fair weeks.
I don't see a lot to bitch about here, guys. I don't know. It looks pretty clean to me.
Yeah, this is one of the cleanest sections we've had here this last week.
I mean, Zinc's down there. So.
Yeah, very minor deaths. Don't stand close to the champion guy.
Yeah, you got cleave.
Oh, how did you guys feel 2 weeks ago when I was calling the casters switching to X early? Did y'all do that last week? Because I really liked that.
I don't think.
Well, once it gets to 20%, there's no reason for it to be on the skull anyway.
I would say 50%.
Yeah, maybe not 50. Yeah, but just short of like once it passes it. Definitely.
Ideally, skull and X die together because I want to cleave every fucking second of every goddamn day. I don't ever want to stop cleaving. And if the range DPS are hard tunneling into skull, then I'm not cleaving for like 50% of X's life, and that makes me very sad. So I don't know if that's something that you guys did last week, but like even before here, 61% health. I would say there or even sooner, call a hard switch for all the range DPS to switch on to X. So skull is dead and X is at 80% health. That's not okay. So there, I found something to bitch about. Trunk, are you okay with that change?
Yeah. I always, my asshole clenches a little bit when the mana starts to climb, but we haven't gotten bit by it yet.
Right, and that's why I think that, so like here, 56 or 60%, by calling all those range to switch to X, you're going to have less asshole clinchage because they're going to die faster, and they're going to die together. The problem you have is when Skull dies super fast, and then you switch to X, and it's at 85% health.
I mean, the more melee we have too now, they don't drain as much mana.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Isn't it they drain more the closer they are to mana users? Something
They only drain when they're close to people with mana, because the puller is the only one that gets sucked out right off the bat.
But that's how they gain mana too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what do you
take mana?
More warriors mess with mana users.
Yeah, if you don't have mana, then they gain it slower. Same as
a lot of guilds pull both of those packs right there.
God damn, dude. Well,
at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, the
with
bug
a huge melee cleave, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but I joined late on Bug Trio. Like the 2 packs before Bug Trio, it's like 2 Mind Slayers and like 2 Guardians. I saw a lot of guilds pull both of those. It would be 4 Brainwashers, maybe, or I forgot what the mob is called.
I think they were talking about pulling both, or we thought we pulled both this week, or something like that.
Yeah, I think they thought it, but it definitely didn't pull both.
Greg's like, I stand by my work.
Heartstone.
Good call. I was gonna miss it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, be as vocal as you need to be for that heart.
What time for heart?
9:15, which is 1 minute from now.
Sitting on the
Thank
island,
you.
I don't see anyone yet.
So trash looks good. The only note is range DPS are going to switch to the X nullifier at 70% health on skull. Skull is 70% life. Range switch to X. Yeah, I mean, X is at 90% health.
That would be
Skull dies.
perfect because it goes from like 60, 70 to 20, like nothing then dead. So
Yeah, I am playing warrior to cleave. I want to cleave all the time.
are you gonna randomly say Zug Zug throughout the raid for no reason?
No.
You know you have a chance to proc Wind Fury with your cleave.
Just gonna press
Like
Battle
2
Shot a lot more
chances.
than you.
X is at 80%
You know
when
what?
Skull dies.
That's mean.
Fact.
Are you switching to your warrior now or what?
Yes, I'm warrior full time.
It's happening.
Yeah, he couldn't take Grundle, so he was like, I might as well switch.
Yeah, we had too many retarded warriors, so we had to step in.
So you're gonna have a problem.
Says nobody beat Shadow Rich 11 weeks in a row.
I don't know. He's doing pretty nice damage with those Zandalari blades.
Grundle, who's tanking Oro on Dark Moon Fair Week?
The druid has.
Yeah, the fucking melee boy.
Who's range tanking Oro?
Yeah, I mean, it's not my first choice.
Congrats.
He just volunteered himself. Yeah.
Like this one, the timer was super off, which was lame.
If you want to switch weeks with Swagga, I would recommend to have Swagga tank it with you this week on a non-Dark Moon Fair, so that he will at least get some experience.
They didn't do heart yet, right?
Take a stop here. We got sandblasted twice, and I don't know why.
So that's because our 180 degree planes were overlapping. So if you look, like it's just the people on the far left side of the column.
Mm-hmm.
So like Slick, Hungry got hit by it. I can just tell he's just a troll, so I see it happening. Like it's just the people on the very left hand side. So I'm a little bit too far to the right, I guess, relative to the melee group, and the melee group's a little bit too far to the left relative to me. So it's just small positioning.
I think your positioning's fine. I think the Zugs are in the wrong. I want the
I'll
Zugs to be
call
further
it.
towards the wall.
It's easier for you guys to move a step to your right than it is for me to move a step to my left.
Yeah, Grundle should not move from here. This is where I tank every week. Used to.
I'll call it. I'll tell them. I'll make sure people.
Like I think I say something after this one, and
Yeah, you
everybody,
do.
everybody shimmies a little bit to the right.
I think it's really good for melee to like take a sandblast if they have nature pot on, just to wipe their aggro, but not right away.
Maybe next time I say something because they haven't.
No, I had to yell at them, and then they moved.
Do you have increased crit on that ability or what?
On Searing Pain?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, it's like almost all crits.
Okay, so both of these spins were just positioning, not from the tanks.
Yeah, because after this one I call something and then they shimmy. Like look how like that person's way too close to me. The far left one, yeah, whoever that is. Because it's a really big. It's not even a cone. It's a plane. It's everybody 180 degrees in the direction that he's facing me.
Why don't melee just stack? Isn't there no reason not to?
There's no good reason not to stack.
Okay, I'll just make sure people are.
The other melee have cooties.
So my note is on Oro, melee need to stand closer to right wall to avoid sandblast 180 degree cone.
I mean, but you don't want to be standing too close to Moko that if
Then, yeah.
he gets a blast, then the whole group gets hit too.
Yep.
Pay attention then.
Yeah, it's
who is targeting.
But if you look at the next one targets Moko and still goes on me. Like here's the sandblast. He's targeting Moko here, and yet he still uses it on me. That's very strange. So I would understand if people were to see that and then they swap.
Did Moko pass you on aggro?
No, because he still cast it on me. But if like the target of target says he's looking at Moko.
Oh.
Yeah, you tanked it perfectly. Grundle, I'd really like for you to have Repo and Swagga over there practicing with you this week so that they can trade Dark Moon Fair weeks with you, or y'all can do a roll system or whatever.
20 go out.
Sorry?
20% range stay in.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I think it's 30. Is it 20?
I don't know, but
I think it's 20 and Hoo-Hoo's 30.
Yeah, you're right. 20.
It's Berserk soon, 20%.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'll make a note of that as well. All right, how'd Cthulhu go?
Good, right?
feel like
We
we could
lost
have got there a
two
little bit
people, I
earlier.
think.
Casters, I think, angry and blue balls.
We have more Zugs now. Are we gonna have tanks sit at on the outside, or what are our numbers looking like? I think we've got 2 extra melee.
Guys turning it in now, I think.
Log on for your heart.
Don't log in just yet. Okay, yep, here it comes.
So we'll likely are gonna need to have tanks stand in bumfuck Egypt. Ideally within healer range. Any notes here? Are we happy?
That was a pretty good one. We dropped combat phase 2.
Like maybe like commit to killing him in Dark Lair phase, so like everybody's not running around repositioning. Like we called it this week, but it was probably like 10 seconds into it. Just like if you're not gonna die to Dark Lair, just stay still and blast.
I like that. So what was our threshold there that you needed?
More DPS. I called to stop moving in DPS.
So we hit Dark Glare at 48%, basically 50%. So are you comfortable with that call, Stacks and Trunk? A 50% Dark Glare means that no movement needs to happen and just full damage?
Can you repeat that? I don't quite understand.
So we're entering Dark Glare with the eye at 48% health. So the idea is if you communicate to the raid at this moment that you don't have to reposition, as long as you don't die to the eye beam, you need to just tunnel full big dick damage onto the eye, because the eye will die before Dark Glare ends.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you just move to a safer spot and then just start tunneling the boss.
Oh my god.
So is 50%, is that a good line in the sand as long as we've got most of our world buffs? Do we like that number?
If you're saying it's possible, then yeah.
I mean, we do it this week or last week.
Yeah, I just haven't paid attention to that, so I trust y'all.
Okay, I'm writing it down. Y'all will be calling it, so that's I think that's a good plan. We'll still have to kill the eyes, but less running, more casting.
I might switch my DPS set this week. That's Neo.
So phase 1, 50% life into Dark Glare equals no movement to phase boss.
Unless you're in imminent danger of dying to the big red laser beam.
Good trick for like mages is they don't have to move at all because they can blink through it once it gets to them.
You guys were comfortable with the stomach calls? I forget. I think we said what, 15% seconds with one tentacle dead in the stomach is a call to push. I think that's what we had decided 2 weeks ago.
As long as there's like 2 or 3 DPS in the stomach, I think.
I think that sort of call is good to be situational, because what if we have like shit people in the stomach? Well, not shit people, shit classes in the stomach.
Yeah, like the Neo guy or Nori guy.
Yeah, like if I'm in the stomach, we're not killing that shit. It's gonna take 5 minutes.
Just be really clear to everybody. Just use your cooldowns on the fluff tentacles.
Yeah. Like this week, I got put in there real fast, and I think one
watch
other
this.
person in there.
Wait, watch this. Look at the top left. You can see the hunter point of view. He's already like in that hallway.
Yeah. Every time, the first people that get sent to the summit, you need to be popping wreck, death wish.
They have comps on here, and like about at this point, I heard someone say like, "All right, pop your like master target dummy, like just one." That's really laggy when watching it through the stream.
One will take all the knocks, or until it, I don't know.
Well, for those, so It's to mitigate damage more. It's not to like absorb knocks.
Oh.
So like if we want to get ballsy and pull more, that's like something we can do, and that's more for the like for us if we're gonna pull all those packs after Bug Trio, like the next room, then that's when I think we should use it. But like here, if we're just doing it normally, we don't really need to.
I see.
I think it's like useful to watch how they handle these packs, the ones after Bug Trio, and then the ones after Hoo Hoo.
I'm surprised they're not
before
pulling
Hoo Hoo.
both of those packs right there.
Well, that they're at 37 minutes, so like if it was a 30-minute run, they would be, or like just a little bit better.
It's DMF. I feel like they would try. I don't know. Who knows?
It's not like there's a lot more examples you can look at. I just thought this one was like a good one just because they have like the hunter point of view in the top left, and it's like decent quality.
Well, he feigned that pull. He reset it. He pulled it and didn't like it, so he feigned.
So he's already upstairs pulling this first pack back into the room when you guys are going to run up the ramp.
Yeah, it looks like he
You'll
fucked
meet
it
at
up
3
too. Yeah, he's using Eye of the Beast.
He doesn't even do Bug Trio.
Wait, so he doesn't even
Wow,
go for that first
yeah, that's
pack.
interesting. He's literally not even in Bug Trio. That's crazy.
I'm guessing Heart didn't happen.
It went.
It did.
Ah, damn, I didn't hear it. It was like 2 seconds ago. I just went okay.
I don't know if it's because it's like laggy through the stream, but I feel like I don't know what the fuck he just did there. The hunter.
It's the same pull he did the first time. Eyes of Beast down to get the first
And
two
then
Guardian
he
packs.
just LOSs down here.
And he LOSs.
Does he do a flask?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, there's the flask.
Petrification. Yeah,
It's like an ice block pulling one of those boost runs. See, that's when I guess it gets a little sweaty. You have to use like flask on flask. Like right here, they probably use some dummies.
Unless Chutoy starts providing petrification from the guild bank, we.
Yeah, no, that's rough.
We don't have the funds for that.
Still interesting just to see what they do.
So, if we're gonna double pull, can I challenging shout lip? Will I still get knocked? Because I don't care to use my cooldowns.
What about lipping on Sartura?
Well, it's fine if I don't have it. Like I said.
Wait, with that pull you did, does that mean everything's clear up to Sartura?
No, they still have one pack. They have two. The
Two.
roaming pack and the one stationary. So I'm sure they'll pull it together. Can
Let's
any
go.
warriors confirm if I challenging shout and lip, do I still get knocked?
I always do it in the air after I get knocked, so I don't know.
Because what we're talking about is pulling this pack that's by Sartura and the first one that's at the beginning of the hall behind the raid. Pulling them both right here in this cubby where they're gonna fight. That's what we're talking about doing.
And that's like another strat that's on par with whatever they were doing.
That cubby
like,
seems super safe. I like that.
Yeah, no, like I actually like that better than the one they did. Like I don't like pulling all of them back to like Bug Trio. That's such a gimmicky thing because like they literally didn't have their hunter on Bug Trio for the entire fight.
You don't, or lipping makes you not get booped. Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize.
Yeah, so I can provide the raid with 6 seconds. I know that we don't want to ask the other warriors for more, but that's a huge fucking deal.
Is there a reason for us tanks not to do that too? Because why would I lip during a boss?
You wouldn't. Yeah, it may make more sense for the tanks to be the ones that do it.
It shares a cooldown with Stone Shield, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, actually that could be an issue. I think that was an issue. I didn't have Stone Shield because I got knocked and I had to use a lip, and then we had Sartura right after. So actually, you're right. I like that cubby a lot. I really don't.
So you guys
I
ready to
love
look at
that
this?
cubby
This is
right
good.
before Sartura. I think that's an amazing spot.
We don't have to tank those back in the cubby. You can just fight them in the middle of the room. When the bugs spawn, we're gonna sapper.
Oh, we're just moving them, so we like kill them as we're
Yeah.
positioning. Yeah.
No, that I understand. That makes sense. I don't know. I mean, what do you, Chutoy? Do you want to do the double pull, or do you want to do how we've been doing it?
I mean, if we're doing speed runs, we should definitely be double pulling what we can.
All right. Do we want to do the one in the hallway? It's the only one that. Let's see if we can find somebody doing it without a flask of petrification.
There's 3 Guardian packs total, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember. There was like this other point of view I watched where they did that exact pull you're talking about, and they didn't need any flasks of petrification. It was still like a 40-minute run.
So everyone would mount up right here at the mouth of the hall. We would all run in together, and we would stop where this guild was fighting. Let's see if we can get a better visual. So we would stop right in front of where this pack is sitting in this little nook right here.
Which is parallel to that opening.
Yeah. Are we going to be able to get there on mounts with that pack of bugs chasing us? I don't know.
That's really high risk because you're talking about getting booped everywhere.
Yep.
I'd much prefer to double pull the first 2 groups. They're much closer.
Okay, yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah, I know that makes more sense. So pull that and essentially do this last pack just as this guild's doing it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, so we're going to double pull the first 2, and we want to tank them in the cubby that we normally are?
Yeah.
This one that we always go to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I like that. What about the pat? So there's a guardian pat.
It should be pulled when it can be pulled. I mean,
The warrior pat. The warrior pat that spawns bugs. Are we okay triple pulling?
We can't kill the warriors then. And have
If one of the tanks or if just a warrior that I don't think they hit that hard, just wants to hold that trio off to the side, and then can be pulled into the main group when called.
I could and would do that, but if I have guardians on me, they're gonna come with me.
Doesn't Tarmunator do that on the?
He does the opposite, but we could have him do that on this one.
I can do it.
Or okay, Rich.
So Rich, just stay out the entire time, or just stay out. Pull the guardian, get the triple pack, hold it off to the side until we're comfortable pulling it in for a cleave.
Yeah, I could do that.
If it gets hairy, pop a shield on.
Yeah, okay. I like it. So, what does riding into this room look like? Just everybody on a mount running straight to the cubby, and then Greg shoots this extra pack over here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we're not going to rotate challenging shouts with lips, or we are? Do you need a stone shield potion on Sartera?
I didn't have it last week, but it also could have gone wrong, I guess.
Ideally, but I don't know how bad it would get or how hairy it would get.
Yeah, I don't know. We can try it without, and then if we feel that we need it or if we just want to exit all together, then we can do that. But that's going to be the plan. So,
do you guys wear shields for Satura?
No.
No.
I mean, you kind of could since everyone's killing everything else.
I see a lot of tank or
if you don't have a stone shield pot.
I see a lot of warrior DPS parses, like the top ones. All of them seem to be in defensive stance the entire time. Is that like good enough?
For who?
For Sartera warriors. Like if you look at a lot of the top Fury warrior DPS parses, a lot of them are logged as like defensive stance.
I think if you put on a shield for a split second, it'll log you as a tank. Like if they got afraid even for a sec, or I mean.
Oh, so if you're dual wielding and you're simply in defensive stance, it won't log you like as that. I just see the defensive stance icon over their name, and like you see 2.6k DPS.
I don't know what qualifies you to be a tank, but I've gotten tank parses just from like pulling threat for a split second without even never putting a shield on.
Oh,
it just
really?
gave me a tank parse. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, like if I just put up Marty and like he has the tank thing around his name.
Mm-hmm.
So here we're running across straight to the cubby, and then Greg's grabbing this second group.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do. We maybe even We could probably even just have Greg swing wide on the right and then come back in. I don't even think he needs to dismount.
Can't I just like challenging shout shield wall?
Probably. Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, we could just do that.
Yeah, that's definitely worth trying. The challenging shout I feel is so effective, and especially if you're gonna have 12 ads, like that's. When else are you gonna use it? I just don't know when. Other than situationally.
They knock back when one dies, right? Or what triggers it?
I think it's just
or
random.
It's random.
Yeah.
It's random. Okay.
I would love if we don't have any more questions on these packs. Could we see how they do the trash after hoo-hoo?
Yeah, we can. So my note for after Bug Trio is we're gonna double pull the first 2 Guardian packs into Cubby. Rich Zug tanks the Warrior Pat to the side. If we get that pack comes in just right and the Warriors are with that Guardian that gets pulled, it's going to be very tough to drag them out. We may have to try and get a few Zugs to taunt and drag Warriors out of the cleave. I don't even... At that point, we may just have to pray. Let's say this. If the Pat gets scuffed and the Warriors end up in the Guardian pack, I will burn my lip and challenging shout when the first Warrior pops.
Okay. That's fair.
And that gives us 6 seconds. 6 seconds is hopefully enough to cover. And we're gonna have sappers too. So.
Sappers for that? Are you sure?
For the triple scuffed pull, yeah, we would need it.
What's our
or Denstein
minimal NR now?
What's our what?
Viscidus minimal NR now, or should we just be using full 200?
Hit cap.
Oh, hit cap.
It doesn't count your parses, so I feel like just to be safe, it's just like wear it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you keep your buffs.
Yeah. Chitoy, why do you not like sappers on the Warrior packs?
The ones before is Sartura.
Yes.
We're supposed to be burning them on Sartura, I thought. But I mean, if we're trying to change stuff up, pulling multiple packs, then sure.
Yeah, I think the multiple packs takes priority over trying to sapper on Sartura.
Does it take us 5 minutes to get from Sartura to Vis? Like they'll be up by then?
I think it's just a 2-minute cooldown.
Sapper's 5.
Yeah, Sapper's 5.
I actually used Den Steinmine on Sartura.
It's going to take us at least 5 minutes to get from the triple pat to Viscidus. We got 2 bosses between there and a hallway. I am comfortable. Y'all may disagree with me, but I am comfortable asking for sappers on the triple pull.
Yeah, I mean, if they're up for Vis, I don't see a problem with it.
I think they would be, because it's not like it's at the beginning of the Visk fight. It's more like towards the end, I guess.
Yeah. It would just suck if we're in a position where like, oh shit, our cooldowns aren't up for this.
Yeah, we'll find out this week.
I mean, honestly, even on those packs, like Dense Dynamite does a decent amount of damage too. Not nearly as much as the Sapper, but
what, 100 less?
I think it's more than 100. It's actually, you're right. It's pretty close.
It's
like
more the radius is the good part of the Sapper.
Oh yeah, I mean you can't use Denstein on Vis. That won't work.
I raid with my timer up too and stream with my timer up, so we can look at the timer and see and plan our Darkmoon Fair week that way.
That works.
This is who's Anubisath room, and then VoD review is pretty much over, guys. So thanks.
So are we sapping on the first Warrior pack then? Do we have time between that?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
If we sappered the first Warriors, didn't do anything on Sartura, I think we would have it for
the ones before
the first Warriors before, yeah.
That should be Dense Dynamite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's I'll put that in here. Good note.
It's safer too, because then you don't have to be all in melee range. Not that you really do anyway.
Oh, they pull
that right away.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think they still had plague from the last one too, so that's that.
Well, this is 37 minutes. Fuck.
Yeah, like a huge group of them, instead of running towards who, they actually just ran towards the next one.
But like, imagine if they got Shadow Bolt right there. They got like the whole raid is way back there. I mean, they probably won.
I think when you get to this level, though, you have to take certain risks. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Everyone gets upset that, everyone's not stacked or, we're not all lined up in the flank V formation or whatever, but a certain amount of this speed has to be just zugging.
Yeah, I mean, like, on this level, yeah, but, like, we don't need to go this fast to get our, like, 50-minute run, this is, like, 99 parse speed run.
I think it's more than 99, like 99.5.
Yeah, I know
on the parse.
In life you shouldn't compare yourself to people, but I hate that we were so competitive with Classic Raiders in Phase 4, and now they've just fucking blown us out of the water with their 40-minute speedrun clear. I feel like we should be able to do 40 minutes, and we're just not. Like, we have the roster. I'm convinced of it. We just have to zug a little harder.
Yeah, now.
There's a little more risk.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we came into Phase 5 with some pretty big issues and didn't get as long to grow as a team.
Yep. Can't force certain things.
Did their raid leading core fall apart like a month into the raid?
Yeah, did that happen?
And lose both their main tanks.
Oh, I understand. We had issues.
2 sets.
We're in a really good place right now, and I hate saying that because I said that right before Phase 5 came out. I specifically remember being in the desert, killing that named mob for the quest, saying that, and Grundle was like, "Are you sure you want to say that?" I did, and I have regrets. All right, I'm going to publish our notes. Does anyone have any leaving thoughts?
Are we trying angry assignments again?
I feel like by now everybody knows, or they should know, at least.
Yeah, but I feel like if we're going to give it a shot, now's a good time to get used to it, so that when we roll into Nax, we're already used to that add-on.
Yeah, I can do it. I can publish those. It's not a problem.
Or at least we can find out whether it's actually useful for us or not now while we're on farm content.
Dude, I'm pumped for this fucking next AQ run. I honestly, like, I do really want to be risky with some of our pulls, because, like, if we're gonna do it, this is, like, basically the last chance before DMF.
We haven't had a wipe in a while. Like, I can't remember the last time we wiped.
I don't think we'll ever wipe on a boss. I think. Well, I shouldn't say that. I didn't say that.
That can happen. I mean, it is what it is. Like, but we haven't had a consistent 40-man roster yet, and this is actually going to be the first week that it's going to happen.
Like, trash is honestly the real fucking boss of this instance. I hate the fucking trash here, but it's like literally all the time.
I like how you say this is our first week with a consistent roster, and it's still not even the same roster we bought last week.
It's only one new person this week, though, right? Or am I missing somebody?
Rich wasn't here last week.
Well, that's true.
Blue Balls was here last week. He's not. I don't know.
No. You're right. You're right. I'm just thinking about what's supposed to be the set roster, not what we actually brought last week. You're absolutely right.
Did you guys already know who Elder was before you invited him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's really good. I was excited to see him in.
Does he have some street cred we should know about?
Yeah, dude, he's rank 1 every single season. Gladiator. Won MLG a million times.
Everybody in Classic is multi-season.
I was about to say, like, everybody else in this server, like, dude, I literally ran into people like backpedaling and just keyboard turning. It's like, oh yeah, dude, I remember TVC. I was rank 1 every season.
Did you guys get Songflower yet?
No.
We're summoning people now.
Is that like 50?
Okay. Zug will take a summon.
Wait, are we getting summoned to the flower or to Ashenvale? Because I got summoned to Ashenvale. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
the
it takes-
Ashenvale summon was just mostly to clear your flag so that you can fly back to Org, and you won't be PvP for the priests that are dispelling.
Yeah, got it. I'm gonna log in for if you guys have the summons to the flower. Cam.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, I'm in.
What's the time on a flower?
4 minutes 50.
Yeah, like 50.
Do any enchanters in the guild have subtlety to cloak?
Nope.
You mean just Chutoy?
Zebus has it.
Zebus, my man.
All threat.
Oh, Zebus isn't Selithus.
Ooh, the flight path.
Gotta risk it for the Trisket, dude.
I'm gonna get a summon too once you guys have a minute.
I'm gonna log out for a second. I think everyone logged on for summons.
Yeah, you're like 4th in line right now.
Yeah. 3.5 minutes.
Cam, can you get Mason? My Warlock is out of mana.
Yeah.
Stomps, do you want to lead the warrior meeting before raid about marking targets and the order of operations for Skull X Circle Triangle? Or would you like me to do it?
I feel like it's gonna be hard for like once you're pulling it. A lot of the times the mobs just get so jumbled up. I don't know if that can affect marking.
Well, that's
it.
exactly the point, though. Is it's very difficult for one person to do it, but if you assign the people responsible for doing their jobs, and then assign them to only one mob, and there's 2 people to one mob.
Yeah, exactly. It saves everybody's time.
Maybe it's part of the discussion, but even when everyone's individually doing that, you have people marking over each other.
Right, and that's where the order of operations comes in, right? Like, Skull, if you are fighting for a mark with Skull, fuck you and leave it alone. And if you are Skull marking something, you need to keep fighting for that mob until your target sticks. X is the same way, except X backs down to Skull. Circle trumps triangle, and triangle is everyone's bitch. So if you're triangle trying to mark something and you see another mark come up, you need to tab and move on. Triangle would also be the first person to mark a Mind Slayer, as Mind Slayers are the final kill target.
Fucking chicken.
Yeah. I waited to.
I did. I was like, oh, he looks like he's committed.
How do you feel about that, Stomps? You're warrior class lead. You're the
I'm
deciding factor here.
I'm looking to see if everyone's in here from the Warriors.
I highly doubt it.
Which is part of.
Yeah.
Let's see. So.
What's the timer on Songflower?
2 minutes.